But is he a good fighter?
Again, does he have that tenacious like streak in him?
Does he have a Nate Diaz?
Where he has that TJ Dillashaw, Dominic Cruz, that killer instinct?
Like he does.
I don't,
Actually, when he
what would make you think that?
Well, I think
the Kevin Holland fight.
He's essentially won everything but this last fight. He is. I just think it comes down to the fact that with Sean, he couldn't hold him down. Then he had to stand and bang with Sean. And if you do that with Sean Strickland, you're going to get pieced up. Now, keep in mind,
he got jabbed up.
Keep in mind, he got jabbed up.
He got jabbed up.
But
difference.
he also landed stuff too. So it was a very close fight. It was a very close fight. And, you know, Sean was very marked up, broken nose and everything else. So you could have said if it had gone Khamzat's way, which it probably should have in the sense that he was already the champion, got to take the belt away. Nobody would have been upset.
That's false. That's
nobody
false.
would have been upset.
Yeah, but no one says, you know, they don't judge a fight based off, well, this guy is the champ.
I know.
That's not a real thing.
Right. But
it's a very casual
what people
take.
say. But it's not a casual because it is a thing.
No, but it's not if you're involved in the sport. That's not. That's a myth.
I actually think that
judges do favor.
They do not. They do not. That's not real. That's not. I'm telling you, B. That's not real.
Yeah, well,
it's
I think that Khamzat.
You're saying historically that's not.
It's not. They can't. When they go in, they can't. They have to judge that fight like they judge the first fight in the prelims.
What are they judging?
It's a fight.
You don't think that the judges? I'm saying historically, our judge is more biased toward the champion.
No, they're not supposed to be. No, they might because that's a narrative, but they. By all measurements, they cannot judge a fight like that.
They're not supposed to, but I think sometimes. But the main point I'm saying is that, to me, to question his fight heart, like he was in that fight all the way through. I just think
he wasn't. Hold on, B. But real quick, the second round when he got tired, remember he flopped to his back.
He had an adrenaline dump. Yeah, whatever that is.
Whatever the fuck you call it. I've had adrenaline dumps.
Yeah.
Sean Strickland's had adrenaline dumps. Never have I flopped to my back and just was like, "Yep, this is what it is."
Was Sean the favorite? Was Sean the favorite?
No, massive underdog.
He was negative.
No, but he was the favorite in the arena, is what I'm saying.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So that may play a role too as well.
True.
Right?
Might fuck with his psyche.
I think he's got endurance issues to an extent. But what I thought was
From a physiological level, you're saying
third,
that?
yeah, but third, fourth, and fifth round, he came back.
Yep.
He was right in the fight. So I don't question his heart or his fight. He's a bad motherfucker and a dog. Yeah. I just think Sean Strickland is a nightmare.
Yeah.
He's a nightmare.
Yeah. To your question, is he a fighter? Early in his career, before he started getting sick and stuff like that, when he was sprinting to the ring and being like, I'm going to kill everybody, like he had that dog. You can't question if he had
that confidence.
He had that.
It's just, sometimes I think, again, like it's always what I say is like, until you get up against a world champion, like a guy who's just like as good as Sean Strickland, you don't quite know even what you're made of. Like there are people that just
it's like Mike Tyson. Like when you're the bully, it's the greatest sport in the world. Yeah. When I was undefeated, I'm like, oh, this is fucking dope. Yeah. Then as soon as you lose, you're like, oh, this sucks.
You think you got it, and all of a sudden
so Khamzat's steamrolling through everybody. First round finish, second round finish, first round finish, and then you run into DDP, and it's like, oh fuck, this sucked.
Yeah.
Phil said something actually that I never actually thought of. When you're the favorite in the arena, how much does that play on your adrenaline? Because I never actually thought about that.
It depends on the guy, right? It depends on the guy.
Yeah.
But there are two times when we saw Khamzat get a little in trouble. Gilbert Burns.
That was where he got humanized the first time.
Well, got hit.
Gilbert's
came through it.
Gilbert's
a motherfucker.
Explosive. But
especially then.
Came through it, Came through it, beat him, beats Kamaru.
Well, but the Kamaru one is where the red flags really went up, because if that fight was 2 more rounds.
Kamaru was also hurt, though.
Yes, he's always been hurt.
Yeah.
The knees.
But we see these things and we go, okay. But I think the Strickland thing was the first time where it was like, it's a 5-round fight, but he stuck it out. And, I do think that I think for
Khamzat, the biggest thing is as a champion. Well, he's not a champion anymore, but even as the number 1 contender, there's just a lot of unanswered questions.
But I always go back to this too. I always go, there comes a point in fighting where not just fight IQ, but skill level. Like I don't know if Khamzat can deal with Strickland's jab. If he fights him 100 times.
He shouldn't have to. No, he shouldn't have to, though. Khamzat's level of wrestling, grappling is the highest I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Ever.
It nullifies everything.
Ever.
Yes, but why do you think he was not able to hold Strickland down?
Over Khabib, really?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You think so?
But Khabib seemed to be better at holding people down. Now, he didn't fight Strickland. He didn't fight a lot of wrestlers. I mean, with all due respect.
Now, I never saw. I saw Khabib in the octagon, but I saw Hamzat against All Americans, world class level wrestlers, and he's mopping the floor with them like they're not shit. So I can't say Khabib. I don't know.
Well, the one thing that
I got a meeting at 1. So you guys finish? You got Reedsby?
Yeah, I got you, buddy.
All right. You guys watch Will Smith fake slapping somebody?
No.
Great to meet you, bro.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
We'll
be in contact.
Yeah, for sure. Creatives, though, are going to be still in high demand. You need to be able to create.
Brendan Schaub argued with Bryan Callen and then just walked off the podcast. He had a meeting at 1. I guess a meeting more important than his podcast he doesn't want to do. So they had him fake land down that other guy, and then they brought in some other guy. No one knew who those people were, but let's look at this studio. Oh my God. Look at those pipes. Look at this roof. Look at Bappa leaving. So does he have to duck his head just to stand in there? Or is he ducking his head because there's a bar going down the stairs? Oh my God. And you have to remember, people, this is the downgraded storage studio unit. Remember, he got a car garage and used it as his studio, but then he had to get a new studio because Chin and Bryan kept complaining about the audio because, they were doing a podcast in a fucking storage unit. So Schaub was like, all right, we're going to get this barn. And then Chin went and took videos of the barn. And then Schaub had to break it to Chin. Yeah, can't go into the barn. So we're just going to stay in the same building, but get a cheaper storage unit, and never fixed the main problem of why they were switching studios in the first place. The audio. In fact, the audio in this one is worse than the last one, according to Chin. But look at all this crap. So that cement ceilings, and look at the piping. These grown men are sitting in here. My God. And Bob has to duck his head. Oh, fake Landau should have no problem in there, though, because he's so short. It is Callen in the flip-flops. There's a sneaker on the table. Why is there a sneaker on the table? And not even like a good sneaker. Like just a rando white-on-white Air Force One. Like the cheapest Air Force One you can buy, by the way. Like one for $40. Like he doesn't even have like Jordan 1s or on there or something. Look at Callen's disgusting flip-flop feet. There's Schaub's chair. Could you imagine? Of course, he has a crown on there. All the nicotine pouch juice that's in there because of all the nicotine pouches he stuffs in there. Truly disgusting. But Schaub doesn't even care enough about this podcast anymore to stay all the way through. Who makes a meeting at 1 if you know you're going to be doing your podcast? Like Schaub, because he doesn't care about the Fighter and the Kid podcast anymore. But let me know your thoughts in the comments.